firststepreading.com.
Hi, this is Heather from firststepreading.com. We're going to do some learning together. We're going to start with our calendar. A calendar has a month and a day. So today we're talking about November, and we're going to figure out what date it is on our calendar. But first, let's sing our calendar songs together. We're going to start with our month of the year song. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. There are 12 months in the year. So today we're talking about November, and we're going to figure out what date it is on our calendar. So November falls in a season called fall. Let's sing our song about the seasons. Spring, summer, fall, winter, sing them now with me. Spring, summer, fall, winter, which could it be? So these are our 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. Since I'm talking about November, that falls in the season of fall or autumn. In fall and autumn, the leaves change colors and they fall off the trees because it starts getting cool. And when the leaves get less sunlight, they start losing their green color, so we get to see the other colors that were hidden underneath. And after fall is winter, which is our coldest season, and in many places it snows in the winter. After the winter, it starts to warm up in the spring, and the leaves will come back on the trees, and flowers will bloom, and baby animals will be born. And after spring is summer, which is our hottest season, and then it's fall again. So those are our 4 seasons of the year. We're talking about November, which falls in the season of fall. So let's figure out what date it is in November on our calendar. What number comes after 16? Let's count to figure it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 comes after 16. That is our number of today, a 1 and a 7. But we don't know what color our 17 should be on our calendar because we have an A-B pattern on this calendar, which means it changes between 2 different things, which is black and red. So let's figure out what color our 17 should be. Black, red, 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 black. We need a black 17. Our letter of today is A, which says like apple. And our word family of today is an, like man, can, pan. So that's what we're going to be learning later on. Now let's go over our days of the week with our days of the week song. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So today we're talking about Tuesday. And if today is Tuesday, what day would it be yesterday? Yesterday would have been Monday. And if today is Tuesday, what day will it be tomorrow? Tomorrow will be Wednesday. Now let's talk about our weather. Can you tell me the weather, the weather, the weather? the weather today. Is it sunny? Is it rainy? Is it cloudy? Is it snowy? Can you tell me the weather today? So first I look out my window. It's a nice sunny day. So I put up sunny on my calendar. You can look out your window and maybe it's a windy day. Maybe it's a snowy day. Maybe it's a rainy day. Or maybe it's a cloudy day. So you look out your window and you see the weather. Another thing about the weather is you have to go outside with an adult and feel the weather. What is the temperature? Because just because it's sunny where I live doesn't mean it's a swimming hot day. It's actually, where I live, a warm day. It's pretty hot, but not swimming weather. But it could be sunny and it could be freezing. So that's the temperature. So you also have to know the temperature. Warm means it's not swimming weather, but it's pretty hot. If it was hot, that would mean summer weather, hot swimming weather. If it was cold, that would be winter weather. With your hat and your mittens and your boots, you need to bundle up. If it's pretty cold but not winter weather, it'd be cool. So that's the temperature. Oh, we have a couple worksheets you can do for your calendar. All the worksheets are free at firststepreading.com. So you can graph your weather. You can see if you have mostly sunny, rainy, snowy, cloudy, or windy days, and also hot, warm, cold, or cool. You can also do your month and your date that you're watching this video, and your days of the week, and what day it was yesterday, and what day it will be tomorrow. So all the worksheets I show you, you can print for free at firststepreading.com. So now we're going to move on to math. So for math, we're talking about number bonds, how numbers are related. So last week we talked about number 2 and 3, and this week we're going to talk about 4 and 5. So we have number bond worksheets, and we have number bond placemats that you can use counters to do your worksheets. So it says if I have 2 in one of my circles, how many will go in the other circle to make 4? So I put 2 on my counters. 1, 2, and how many are left? 1, 2. Okay? So 2 plus 2 equals 4. That's question 1. 5 counters, and I'm putting 1 over here. How many are left for this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. So my answer is 4. Okay? Just an introduction to number bonds where for 4 and 5 where it says color part of the circles in one color and part in another. So I could choose any amount. Let's say I color 3 of my circles black. 1, 2, 3. Then I know that 3 plus 1 equals 4. Okay? It's just an introduction to how numbers are related and that they're bonded together, right? So next we're going to do counting by twos, and our counting by twos worksheet you can do is review. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Let's do it one more time. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. That is counting by twos. Please practice because you don't want to forget. So that is our math for today. Number bonds and counting by twos. Now we're going to move on to science. For science, we've been talking about habitats. So this week we're going to learn about different habitats. Last week we learned about the Arctic, right? It was freezing in the Arctic. It's covered in ice. The land is ice and it's ocean and ice. So the animals needed to be very warm in order to live there. They needed to have either fat under their skin or fat under their skin and fur to stay warm because it's very cold in the Arctic and not many animals could live there. So we learned about the Arctic, and now we're going to learn about the rainforest, the wetlands, and the deserts. So a habitat is the environment or where something lives. Animals and people, right? Have a special environment. So let's read about the rainforest. What is a rainforest habitat? A rainforest habitat is a type of forest with lots of rain and warm weather. Rainforests have tall trees, plants, and lots of animals. Some animals that live in the rainforest are monkeys, gorillas, orangutans, jaguars, sloths, insects, and birds. Insects means bugs. The warm weather, trees, and water from the rain make this habitat the perfect home for so many animals and trees. That is our rainforest. So a rainforest has really tall trees, and it gets a lot of rain and it's really warm. So there's a lot of different animals that live there because it's a really good weather and environment for so many animals. So we're going to make a rainforest habitat. I'll show you that in a little bit. Now let's talk about wetlands. What is a wetland habitat? A wetland habitat is flooded by shallow water. Not deep water, shallow. Examples of wetland habitats are ponds and swamps. Some animals that live in wetlands are frogs, alligators, turtles, ducks, mosquitoes, and storks, which is a type of bird. Wetlands are the home to lots of bugs, birds, and reptiles. Reptiles are animals that it means they're cold-blooded, which means that the weather affects their temperature. Not like we're warm-blooded, so reptiles need to lay in the sun to get heat, and to cool off, they bury themselves under the soil. So there's reptiles like turtles and snakes in wetlands, and alligators in some wetlands if it's a swamp. So wetlands are areas that have little amounts of water, not lots of water, and they get flooded, so they get more water sometimes and less water sometimes. So ponds, you might have a duck pond near you, and it might have frogs, turtles, ducks, and birds. Or if you live near a swamp, you might have a swampy area near you that could have alligators and crocodiles. So that is an environment for some animals. Another environment we're going to talk about is deserts. What is a desert habitat? A desert habitat is a place that gets very little rain. Deserts do not have many plants or animals. The plants and animals that live in the desert have to be able to live without much water because it doesn't rain a lot, so they don't have much water. A popular plant in the desert is called a cactus. Some animals that live in the desert are lizards, jackrabbits, vultures, and coyotes. Did you learn something about deserts? So there's lizards and snakes and coyotes and birds and cactuses in the desert. And bunnies, right? Jackrabbits. So the hands-on activities we have is make your own habitat. You can make your own rainforest habitat, wetland habitat and desert habitat. We also have cut and paste the animals in each habitat and place them in their habitat. So I'm going to show you the make your own. So here I put some seeds and soil, and I'm going to grow some trees in my rainforest habitat, and I'm going to give it lots of water and sunlight. And I'm going to tape around my jar the monkey, the toucan, and the jaguar. So when you look through and when the trees start growing, you will see these animals as if they're in the rainforest habitat. And here is my wetlands. I put some sand. You can use soil, and don't put too much or your water will be really dirty. Just put a little bit of dirt if you put dirt, and some rocks and a little bit of water. And I had a toy turtle, so I put it in there. And I'm going to tape my frog, my turtle, and my alligator on the outside, so when I look through, I could see that this is a wetland. And my last habitat is the desert. I had some cacti stickers, so I put those on, and some rocks and sand. And I'm going to tape my snake, my scorpion, and my lizard on the outside, so when you look through, you can see animals that live in the desert. And that's how you make your 3 habitats that we're learning about, so different animals can live in different areas. Right? You wouldn't find a monkey in a wetland, in a swamp or a pond. And you wouldn't find a crocodile walking around the desert, right? It can't live there. So certain animals need certain homes, and their special environments are called their habitat. So those are the 3 habitats we're learning about today: rainforest, wetland, and desert. And you can make your habitats in jars. Now we're going to move on to literacy. The alphabet is the names of the letters. Let's sing it together. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? And now we're going to sing our letter sound song. These are the sounds that the letters make. The letters have sounds, have sounds, have sounds. The letters have sounds, have sounds, have sounds. The letters have sounds, have sounds, have sounds. Sing them now with me. The A says ah, 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 ah. The B says b, 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 b. The C says k, 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 k. Like apple, bat, and cookie. The D says d, 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 d. The E says eh, 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 eh. The F says like dog, elephant, and fish. The G says g, 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 g. The H says the I says I, 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 I. Like girl, horse, or iguana. The J says j, 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 j. The K says k, 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 k. The L says ooh, like juice, kite, and lion. The M says mm, 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 mm. The N says mm, 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 mm. The O says ah, 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 like monkey, knight, or octopus. The P says p, 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 p. The Q says qua, 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 quack, quack. The R says like penguin, queen, or rose. The S says the T says t, 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 t. The U says like snowman, turtle, or umbrella. The V says voo. The W says wah, 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 wah. The X says x, 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 x. Like violin, whale, and X-ray. The Y says yeah, 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 yeah. The Z says zzz, like yogurt and zebra. The letters have sounds, have sounds, have sounds. The letters have sounds, have sounds, have sounds. The letters have sounds, have sounds, have sounds. Thanks for singing with me. So for the sight word for today, our new sight word for today is am. Am. Let's read our old sight words that we've learned so far. A, am, an, and, at, has, not, I, is, said, the, and to. So sight words are the words you memorize. You make flashcards and you remember these words. So we have our sight word worksheet you can do, and we have a spelling words you can practice writing, and an adult can give you a spelling test every week. So we have am and we have our an words, which you can sound out, and, can, dan, and man. Okay? So those are our sight words that you should be practicing and memorizing. This is our sentence for today. We're learning about and words. And our sight words are I, am, and a that are in these sentences. So first it says underline the sight words. So let me get a color. I am, and a. Then it says circle your phonics words. Okay, these are the ones you're going to sound out. The ones that are underlined you should know. But I just want to start with a little review about a sentence. A sentence starts with a capital letter and it ends with a punctuation. So I see I have two sentences. How do I know that? Because I have two periods. This is a period, this dot at the end. So I know it started with a capital and ended with a period, and it does it 2 times. So this is actually 2 sentences. Now let me read it. I am Dan. I am Dan. See how I read it 2 times? The first time I sounded things out. The second time I did so I understand. I am a man. I am a man. I can read the whole thing one more time. I am Dan. I am a man. So the instructions are on here. Read the sentence 2 times. And it tells you what to do, and you can print and practice reading this sentence at home. You can letter A videos, and this sentence is from Story 2, Dan. You will see your and words and your sight words here. So you can read Story 2 from Book 1. You can watch your 3-letter blending short vowel A videos, and you can read this sentence. Also, we have some extra worksheets on beginning letters. You can figure out what sound you hear. Your short vowel and worksheet, spelling short vowel and words, reading and drawing a picture, and reading sentences, and writing a sentence about what you learned. So writing, is the opposite of reading. When you're writing, you need to stretch out the sounds to hear all the sounds. When you're reading, you need to blend them together. So let me write something. I learned, it started with a capital, has a finger space between each word. I learned about rain or period. So I sound out the best I can. If it's not spelled correctly, that's okay, because I'm practicing hearing all the sounds in these words. And then I draw a picture about something I learned. I prefer you to write by trying to hear the sounds. If it's very, very difficult for you, you can have an adult write it in yellow and you can trace it, but you will learn more about spelling and hearing the sounds if you try to sound out your sentences. So that's a sentence writing, and that is our literacy for today. So again, we learned number bonds. We learned the sight word am. We learned about 3 different habitats. We learned about the wetlands, the deserts, and the rainforests. And we learned how to read 3-letter blends with an word families. So please practice. Don't forget to practice your sight words, and I will see you next week. Have a great week. Bye.
Please subscribe below to see our newest videos.
FirstStepReading.com